represent a physical testament to triumph over decades of lesser paid labor and redlining. They will be Palestinian New Yorkers in Bay Ridge, who will no longer have to contend with a politics that speaks of universalism and then makes them the exception. Few of these 8.5 million will fit into neat and easy boxes. Some will be voters from Hillside Avenue or Fordham Road who supported President Trump a year before they voted for me, tired of being failed by their party's establishment. The majority will not use the language that we often expect from those who wield influence. I welcome the change. For too long, those fluent in the good grammar of civility have deployed decorum to mask agendas of cruelty. Many of these people have been betrayed by the established order.
Pretty poggers. Yeah,
but in our administration, their needs will be met. Their hopes and dreams and interests will be reflected transparently in government. They will shape our future. And if for too long these communities have existed as distinct from one another, we will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. If our campaign demonstrated that the people of New York yearn for solidarity, then let this government foster it. Because no matter what you eat, how you pray, or where you come from, the words that most define us are the two we all share: New Yorkers. And it will be New Yorkers who reform a long broken property tax system. New Yorkers who will create a new Department of Community Safety that will tackle the mental health crisis and let the police focus on the job they signed up to do.
If you notice, like
New Yorkers who will take on the bad
if you've been tracking the flights, everyone
small business owners from the
yesterday, last night, everyone gathered at Jewish community centers, Hillel's, synagogues, and they all got they went to Teterboro Airport and flew out, escaping. There's a mass exodus happening in New York right now. They're all flying to Florida.
One man's nowhere is
Cops
another man's somewhere.
And every Jewish person is flying, and every billionaire as well.
8.5 million somewheres. Taxi cab depots.
If you were to ask people, that's what they were saying, you know, was going to happen.
DSA
it's just strange. It doesn't seem like it, but
games. The powers that be had looked away from these places for quite some time, if they'd known about them at all. So they dismissed them as nowhere. But in our city, where every corner of these 5 boroughs holds power, there is no nowhere, and there is no one. There is only New York, and there are only New Yorkers. 8.5 million New Yorkers will speak this new era into existence. It will be loud. It will be different. It will feel like the New York
as a response to socialism, Miami will replace New York City as the finance capital, and Austin will replace San Francisco as the tech capital.
How long you have called this city home, that love has shaped your life. I know that it has shaped mine. This is the city where I set land speed records on my Razor scooter at the age of 12. Quickest 4 blocks of my life. The city where I ate powdered donuts at halftimes during AYSO soccer games and realized I probably was not going to be going pro. The city where I devoured 2 big slices at Coronet's Pizza, played cricket with my friends at Ferry Point Park, and took the 1 train to the BX10 only to still show up late to Bronx Science.
Dude, people love...
The city where I have gone on
New Yorkers love talking about how sick New York is. They love it. This is the part of the convo where it's like, this is the part of the convo where I'm just like, kind of like, I get it, it's sick, man, it's a cool city, like, calm down. The city
where I took a beautiful woman named Rama,
like, calm down, bro, we get
to
it, it's
McCarran
dope.
Park on our first
look
date,
at me, we have
and
working
swore
public
a different
transit
oath
here.
to become an American citizen on Pearl Street, to live in New York
I am
to
jealous.
love New York.
I am jealous because in LA you don't have stories like this. You're like, oh, this is the city that I grew up in, where I drove a lot.
Can you hear
I drove on the 10. I drove on the 405.
Savor the smell of sancocho.
I drove on Sunset Boulevard. This is the city where I drove, and I drove, and I sat in my car, and I molded.
Where else could a Muslim kid like me grow up eating bagels and lox every Sunday? That love will be our guide as we pursue our agenda. Where the language of the New Deal was born, we will return the vast resources of this city to the workers who call it home. Not only will we make it possible for every New Yorker to afford a life they love once again, we will overcome the isolation that too many feel and connect the people of this city to one another. The cost of childcare will no longer discourage young adults from starting a family, because we will deliver universal childcare for the many by taxing the wealthiest few.
Let him yap. Let him yap about what he's going to say he's going to do.
Those in rent-stabilized homes will no longer dread the latest rent hike, because we will freeze the rent.
Greeks are better 61. Thank you for lying in your username, but also giving me 5 gifted subs. Parker Brackets and service, ladies and gentlemen.
On time will no longer be deemed
a small miracle, because we will make those buses I speak to him frequently, including last night.
These policies are not simply about the costs we make free, but the lives we fill with freedom. For too long in our city, freedom has belonged only to those who can afford to buy it. Our city hall will change that. These promises carried our movement to City Hall, and they will carry us from the rallying cries of a campaign to the realities of a new era in politics. 2 Sundays ago, as snow softly fell, I spent 12 hours at the Museum of the Moving Image in Astoria.
He's such a
New Yorkers from every borough as they told me about the city that is theirs. We discussed construction hours on the Van Wyck Expressway and EBT eligibility. Affordable housing.
Remember when you
said
you'd moved to New York and Zoran got elected? Yeah, okay. Let's be real. When I said that, it was a long shot, okay? Yes, it was a long shot, and I thought it would get people excited. And seemingly there were plenty of people in my community that were excited regardless of whether or not I would move to New York City. And perhaps they got a little too excited. Y'all shouldn't have knocked on as many doors as you knocked on. I just didn't think that it would actually happen, okay? Well, I did. I wished for it. Sometimes you say things. Sometimes you say things, words come out of your mouth. You say, oh, yeah, I'll move to New York if Zoran wins. Okay, well, you know.
Each person belonged to more of its people than it did the day before. Here is what I want you to expect from the administration that this morning moved into the building behind me.
I know Trump's held this shit. We're going to cover it, don't worry. Which is not surprising at all.
We will transform the culture of City Hall from one of no to one of how.
It's like when I lie about gaming.
New Yorkers, not to any billionaire or oligarch who thinks they can buy our democracy.
Hey, look at that. Friend of the show. We will govern
without shame and insecurity.
Adam's there too.
Making no apology for
Adam
what
is also there. I don't know where he is. I think he's like sitting across somewhere from Bernard because he posted a photo, but he thought I was going as well. He texted me last night. He's like, or this morning, he's like, are you going to the inauguration? I'm like, no, I'm in Los Angeles. Adam's the one honking the horn, I think. He's at the inauguration honking the horn because he's defending, he's combating anti-Semitism.
Which gives so much to so few and denies so many people the basic necessities of life. We will strive each day to ensure that no New Yorker is priced out of any one of those basic necessities. And throughout it all, we will, in the words of Jason Terrence Phillips, better known as Jadakiss or Jay to the moi, be outside. Because this is a government of New York, by New York, and for New York.
It's just crazy because it's like New Yorkers have this like New Yorker supremacy attitude, but low-key they kind of can have that because it's like one of the only functional cities.
Whether you are here
and even then, it's in a state of disrepair, quite in many respects. But you know, in comparison to the rest of the country,
to stand with us now and every day that follows. City Hall will not be able to deliver on our own. And while we will encourage New Yorkers to demand more from those with the great privilege of serving them, we will encourage you to
serious
demand
question,
more
why is the crowd
of
so small?
well.
Insiders? I don't know. I think there's a separate place. The movement we began
over a year ago did not end with our election. It will not end this afternoon. It lives on with every battle we will fight together. Every blizzard and flood we withstand together. Every moment of fiscal challenge we overcome with ambition, not austerity, together. Every way we pursue change in working people's interests rather than at their expense, together. No longer will we treat victory as an invitation to turn off the news. From today onwards, we will understand victory very simply. Something with the power to transform lives, and something that demands effort from each of us every single day. What we achieve together will reach across the 5 boroughs, and it will resonate far beyond. There are many who will be watching. They want to know if the left can govern. They want to know if the struggles that afflict them can be solved. They want to know if it is right to hope again. So standing together with the wind of purpose at our backs, we will do something that New Yorkers do better than anyone else. We will set an example for the world. If what Sinatra said is true, let us prove that anyone can make it in New York and anywhere else too. Let us prove that when a city belongs to the people, there is no need too small to be met, no person too sick to be made healthy, no one too alone to feel like New York is their home. The work continues. The work endures. The work, my friends, has only just begun. Thank you.
All right, you should move there when government housing or rent stabilized apartments get built or get canceled. Okay, listen. Do I think that this brings about you know, a socialist revolution in the country or something like that? No. Do I have you know, a decent amount of confidence that Zohran Mamdani will hopefully be able to achieve some of his agenda? I hope so. I hope he doesn't let all of us down. You know, a lot of people worked very hard to make sure that this happened, you know? And a lot of New Yorkers are looking to him now. But beyond that, there are also a lot of people that are like, well, hold on. What I was going to say is, sorry, I just got a text message. What I was going to say is, like, you know, I think this is going to be modest, incremental expansions of already existing social safety nets, things like that. Hopefully it'll be successful. And there will be a lot of pushback, no matter how modest or how incremental. And there will also be a lot of criticism that comes from the left flank too, as is always the case, right? There will be a lot of people on the left flank that are going to say he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, all this stuff, or he promised so much more, he's not doing it. And it's always going to look like, unmute, man, shut the fuck up, dude. Let me do some commentary. Suck my, oh my God, we're 36 minutes in. New year, new me. Haven't even put my prediction or goals out there about how I'm not going to be malding as much anymore. I haven't even had the moment to lie to you about not you know, yelling at you guys, and you're already being freaking annoying. Calm down. Okay, there you go. First mauled out of the gates. First maulding out of the gates, swinging. It's been 37 minutes since I started the broadcast. You know, new year, same you reacting to one guy. It's not even one guy. There's hella guys. It's never one guy. When I'm getting one guide, I'm not actually getting one guide. I'm getting 10 guide. I'm getting 100 guide. I'm getting 1,000 guide. Anyway, stop. Make sure you expose your true colors before you lie to us. I don't even know what that means. Ultimately, he has You know, he has a solid team around him. There's some people, obviously, that I'm not too fond of. And not like from his team, but I mean from his, new mayoral team. Outside of that, I think hopefully he'll be able to change certain things, to improve people's lives a little bit to the best of his ability from the position that he has, in spite of all of the pushback that will inevitably come. And not only that, but also he'll be an inspirational figure in the same way that Bernie was an inspirational figure for him. And I know that a lot of people on the left flank get mad about him constantly praising Bernie Sanders and propping up Bernie Sanders and assume that he's going to betray a lot of the other things that he said he was going to do, or betraying like his anti-Zionist activism and things of that nature. But I think you have to understand, if someone who is a lifelong anti-Zionist activist has also been inspired by Bernie Sanders and has positions that I would say are far more to the left and far more radical than Bernie Sanders on a lot of issues, then what makes you think that there won't be others that are equally inspired by Zohran Mamdani and will then run for office and win on positions that are far more radical than Zohran Mamdani's in terms of being on the left? This is how things work. This is why I always say change takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And in many instances, you have to work within the confines of what is possible, right? That's just the reality. And a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people want instant gratification, or let me say it a different way. It's not necessarily even instant gratification, because a lot of people, I think, understand the severity of the violence and the severity of structural violence of poverty, the severity of the structural violence of genocide, or not structural violence, but the direct violence of genocide. And because of that, because time is running out when it comes to the imminent ecological collapse due to climate change, people want change immediately. People demand change immediately, and it's understandable. But no matter what our needs are, no matter what the situation demands, the reality of the matter is things are going to always move, especially in a country like the United States of America that is so unimaginably right-wing, so unimaginably reactionary, that things are going to move very slow.